It's been a few busy days, and I'm now over a week behind with the footage to review. Next week, it should ease out slightly, so hopefully I will be able to catch up with things. This session here started off with some high pull-ups. I wanted to get a couple of exercises in, a couple of variations in. So one was this one here, and one was the explosive pull-ups with no momentum, no keeping, nothing. But in theory, I wanted to get those in before these high pull-ups because as I was doing sets of repeated reps instead of resetting each one like this one here, it would have been better if I had started with those while I was the freshest and then take advantage of the momentum for the high pull-ups. And then in a kind of a superset fashion, I was doing some overhead presses. In here, I was keeping 37.5 kilos, but the first set, which is this one here, I went up to 8 reps, and I think I did 6 in the following one. So if I can do 2 sets of 8, I will be going up to 40 kilos and back to 5 reps and progress through the 5 to 8 rep range, which I feel is a good enough rep range. I don't go too low that I might be risking tweaking something in the shoulder, and I'm not going too high where I don't really feel like there is much in terms of strength benefit from that rep range or over 10 repetitions. So here it was some explosive pull-ups where I was staying glued to the bar and trying to pull myself up as explosively as I could. This first set that I performed was actually not as good as the second one, so I'm already contradicting myself when I'm saying that I started off with the wrong variation and I should have done the explosive pull-ups first. Apparently, the order of the exercises didn't really matter that much. What's important is that I got some decent repetitions in, and this second set coming up after these overhead presses is definitely the proof of that, even though I only did 4 repetitions. But this first one was a really good one. So much that I actually put it in the thumbnail because I was able to really pull myself up almost to the belly bottom. I was surprised. I felt like I was flying. And what makes me think that I should be doing kind of a reset on each rep on even these explosive pull-ups here is because from the second one already, I was already feeling like there was a massive decrease in explosiveness. So I might be doing a very similar thing to the swinging ones, to the more high pull-ups, where I'm giving myself a couple of seconds of rest in between and see how that goes. If I see that I'm not really getting much back in terms of explosivity from one rep to the next, I might actually be getting longer rest times, 10 to 15 seconds in between. I don't want to go as far as every minute on the minute because I don't really think I need to rest that much in between reps, but I am open to consider slightly longer rest times in between these reps because they're very low, they're very explosive, and I'd really want to get as much bang for my buck as possible, like the Americans say. Then I was moving over to the other superset that was involving a bit more of a lower part of the body, where I was doing farmer's carries, or generally carries with the trap bar deadlift, and 128 kilos for the usual length of this part of the gym here. And I was supersetting that with some bicep curls. Barbell curls, again, moving towards reps of 10. I am not sure, again, should I stay lower rep range, maybe 6 to 8, 6 to 10, something like that. When I feel like I can do 2 sets of 8 to 10 anyways, I will be going up in weight, but I'm not really stressing that too much. The carries are feeling good, they're really good fun, and I might be going up in weight on those as well. I feel like since the distance that I can walk is not really that big, and I actually get a bit of a rest in between going one way and the other because I have to turn around and put the straps back on. I might actually be going up in weight soon, thinking that going up 2.5 kilos on this, it's kind of ridiculous. So I might be going up 5 kilos and see how that goes. I didn't really feel like these were actually too heavy at this point, so probably I got a bit used to that weight. Next, I went upstairs and I was doing some approach jumps, which I had not done in quite some time. So in here, I was just focusing on not really getting any discomfort in under my right foot, where I had some annoyance in the past months with a bit of a plantar inflammation, I think. So in here, I was getting a couple of sets in with a couple of reps per each approach side. So I was doing 2 left right and 2 right left, just to get back into doing some approach jumps where I'm planting my foot and I'm actually getting some explosiveness out of this last step, but not too much, just to taste the waters again, if I can say that. And in between I was doing some handstands for time. I'm feeling like I'm getting my confidence back a little. There was a time where I wasn't really able to stay in a decent handstand position for longer than 10 seconds. And I guess it's, again, practice, and I'm spending more time trying to get as much shoulder extension as I can. This is the other set of approach jumps. And when I'm looking at it, I'm mainly focusing on my starting position. And I'm pushing with the back leg, and my right leg actually taps the floor first, then goes back, and then goes forward. And I am not really sure that this is a good way to generating power from the first ever step, especially since I'm only doing 3 steps overall. So I should probably be paying a bit more attention in the way that I am actually getting into the run up, the approach. So what I think I will do next time is getting in a little bit of experimentation in the starting position. So maybe leaning a bit forward with my chest, not allowing the front leg to move back and forth before I'm pushing. So maybe I can actually use that leg to get a bit of an extra propulsion forward. I'm not sure about what I should do. I'll have to look around and play with things. Ciao.